With all of us social distancing these days, I think this pick is more relevant than ever. Greetings fellow Vita fans, this is James with PS Vita at 2 AM, coming at you once again with another exciting video. And if you're new here and love everything PlayStation Vita, don't forget to subscribe. Due to current world events that are happening these days, I had made a video back a couple of weeks ago called Self-Isolate with a long PS Vita game. These were essentially hardy to long length games that you could play on your PlayStation Vita that will help you pass the time, since it's no secret they were all kind of staying at home these days. And I will have that original video linked down in the description below. After it had launched, I had many people in the comment section asking if I'd make a part 2 to that. Give you more games that have a nice long length to them to help pass the time during these days. Normally I don't do part 2s to my topic videos, but I figured what the heck. And with that said, let me know which PlayStation Vita games are you currently isolating with. Let me know down in the comment section. As for this list though, here they are. Starting off with a big one here, this is Toukiden, the Kiwami version. Have a PlayStation Vita and wanting to scratch that Monster Hunter itch? Then Toukiden Kiwami will be right up your alley. Toukiden Kiwami is a hunting action game where players take on the role of a slayer possessing unique abilities and battle the Oni to save mankind from destruction. To defeat these huge Oni, players band together to sever, pierce, and crush parts of the Oni using the targeted destruction system. Y'all hear that? Targeted destruction system. Methinks things are about to get brutal up in this house. I mean, you know, if killing demons in the house was like a thing or something, which in some parts of the world it might be. Hey, I've watched 3 episodes of Inuyasha. I know exactly what's going on here. The story is set in a world set apart in time and space by the power of the Oni. The player starts as a rookie slayer in a slayer village called Udakara and fights the Oni in areas that display characteristics of time periods ranging from ancient days to early shogunate. Now at the beginning of this topic I had mentioned to make sure to get the Kiwami version. That's because there's technically 2 editions of this game available for the PlayStation Vita. Toukiden Age of Demons and Toukiden Kiwami. Kiwami is definitely the version that you want to get, because it's basically the latter game, but with a whole bunch of extra content added to it. So make sure you pick up that one. And being that this game plays exactly like Monster Hunter, you can bet that it's going to have hours upon hours of gameplay for you to enjoy. Now for all you racing fans out there, it doesn't get much better than Sonic and AllStars Racing Transform. I know, I'm mad at Sega too for having to feel the need to put Sonic's name in the title of this just so they could sell more copies. That was low, Sega. That was very low. But be it as it may, it's still a fantastic kart racing game, because not only can you play as characters from the Sonic series, as the name implies, but you can also play characters and race courses through many of Sega's past history, including Samba de Amigo, House of the Dead, Panzer Dragoon, Jet Set Radio, Wreck-It Ralph for some reason. Okay, I know that it's because Sega and Disney had some sort of contract going on when Wreck-It Ralph first came out, but it's still weird. This game features not only the whole traditional racing modes that you would usually get for a kart racer, such as Grand Prix, time trials, versus, online play, all that stuff, but it also has a world tour mode, and this is where the meat of the game really lies, because this is how you unlock characters, racing perks for your car, and unlock a whole ton of stages throughout Sega's history. And they even give you different multiple difficulty levels, which the higher the difficulty, the more medals you'll receive, which unlock even more paths. And believe me when I say it, this game can get quite challenging on the harder difficulties. You'll be spending hours upon hours trying to unlock everything, hence why it's on this video. Top it off with the fact that the World Tour mode also has more than just kart racing. You can do ring tests, drift tests, battle mode, and the like. That along with the fact that your vehicle can transform from a kart to a hovercraft to an aircraft, depending on where in the course you're at. This is one fantastic kart racing game that should not be missed, and it's my personal favorite too. Taking the crown for possibly the longest game on this list without the whole online co-op thing, SD Gundam G Generation Genesis, which is a real tongue twister, is our next game to talk about. Honestly, devs, why did you feel the need to make this game's title so long? Oh, that's right, it's probably because they knew I was going to eventually talk about it someday. SD Gundam G Generation Genesis is a strategy game based on the Gundam series with chibi designs for the robots. The game has similarities to the Super Robot Wars series, except it only has Gundam Gundam characters. Which to many out there is quite the beautiful sentence indeed. Not really for me though, I've never been much of a Gundam fan. Ahem. Moving right along, the player controls the various characters from throughout the Gundam series, generally retelling the plot of the series with robots from across the series being pilotable. Please stop saying series description. On the field, the player moves each robot independently, with each one having a movement range and selection of weapons. After moving, the player selects an empty space to open the menu and activate paths to move to the enemy phase. Generally, each chapter has a challenge that certain characters have to perform certain actions to achieve. And if you couldn't tell by the gameplay footage already, this is a tactical RPG. You may be realizing from this list at this point that I'm trying to include different genres of games so that a little bit of everybody can enjoy something on this list. And if you're a strategy RPG fan, love the Gundam series, appreciate its history, because believe me when I say this, there is a ton of entries in the series to enjoy, then you won't be completing this game anytime soon. And please don't hate me for not being into Gundam. You know, this is the last time I'm letting Disembodied Voice choose the soundtracks for this video.
Hey, just doing my job.
Want more time sucks? Then the Danganronpa series is right. I can't figure out how to segue into this. Anyway, Danganronpa, it's awesome. Tell me now, are you a fan of the movie Saw? Wish it was in video game format, but was a better version than that one? Want it mixed together with Phoenix Wright elements? Murderous teddy bears, I kinda just ad-libbed that one. And a nice murder mystery to top it all off? Well, this franchise has all three of those mixed into one. The Danganronpa series takes place as a group of students are trapped in a certain environment, boy does that sound true to today's lifestyle. Having no clue why they are there, they have to uncover the secrets. There is one catch though. There is a diabolical teddy bear out there named Monokuma, oh that's kind of a cute name, that will only let them go free if one student murders the other and is able to get away with it. Not sure who to trust, you take on one of the three protagonists that has to figure out just what the heck is going on. A common phrase I hear from all 31 of my ex-wives, in my own mind. With 3 entries in the series and 1 spin-off, all available on the Vita, with each of them offering a minimum of 30 hours of gameplay, not including all of the bonus content you get with it, this is one time suck that will certainly suck all your time. And you all thought my intro to this was bad.
It was.
Now here's a nice little gem of a game on the Vita, Natural Doctrine. The game is a fantasy simulation type RPG based along the concept of natural selection. The game features single and multiplayer modes with versus and co-op play, and is cross-play and cross-save compatible. The game's storyline is shown from the perspective of Geoff, the main protagonist, who is accompanied by 2 women, lucky him, named Vasily and Anka. Consider my 31 ex-wives very jealous. Combat is based on a turn-based battle system, and the primary concept of gameplay is to have large amounts of allies and enemies simultaneously on a large-sized battlefield. Time can be controlled dynamically, and units can be controlled in a single space. Units in combat against one another form encampments, where units are able to return to camp at the end of the turn as long as the encampment isn't destroyed. Units are also able to hide behind objects. Outside of Festa, species such as minotaurs, goblins, and orcs set up bases and intend on attacking from them. The field is wide and arranged within grid limits. In multiplayer mode, players can play as non-human species. The online mode also features a card battle game, where players can compete against one another with their own formulaic deck. I should give one word of warning. This game can be quite difficult when you first start out, and has quite the steep learning curve to boot. Once you kinda get into a groove though, it becomes much easier, and the story gets really interesting and quite dark as the game progresses. Truth be told here, it was a toss-up between this game and Freedom Wars, but I decided to go with Natural Doctrine because it just seems like so many less people know about it, and I really do feel like it's one gem of a game. Visual novel fan are ye? I didn't forget you guys. This is your time to shine because I am choosing both Muv Luv and Muv Luv Alternative as the choice for today's topic. One of the most highly acclaimed visual novel series arrives on the PlayStation Vita, newly revamped and officially now in English for the first time. An interdimensional love story, because aren't they all, especially if you're this guy, that takes high school romance on a roller coaster ride through the depths of despair, culminating in a sci-fi grand finale of epic proportions. Now, on the surface, this game might seem like your average slice of life romance visual novel, but maybe with a few mechs sprinkled in. And it's a proven fact, when it comes to things in life, mechs make everything better. But believe me when I say this, the story is fantastic, in particular with Muv Luv Alternative. That's where, you're gonna need tissue paper, or at least you would if everybody wasn't hoarding it these days. And I wish I could say more about the game than that, but being that this is a visual novel and the story is the heart of the game itself, I can't really say much further than that, other than you're gonna have to trust me on this one. These two games together, mwah, a masterpiece, and are both quite long by visual novel standards. Well, my dudes, that concludes this segment of the video. This was yet another list of more PlayStation Vita games that are both hearty and long for you to enjoy while we're all on lockdown due to current world events. Which games interested you the most? And as I mentioned earlier, what games are you self-isolating with? Which ones are you spending a lot of time playing through? I would love to know down in the comments section. And as always, fellow Vita fans, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. It really means a lot to me. Love you all, and I'll see you next time. The following video has been brought to you in part by all of these wonderfully generous people who help make this content possible, including Skulshur Tugel TCG, Adam Theory, Pierre Sterner, E-Rock, JR, Kyle Brooks, Saul Ramirez, Phantom XRS, David Ray, Gutter Drums, Rodrigo Vera, Aaron Swanson, Heston Joseph, Kevin Enright, Jared Haddo, Joshua Williams, Ruben Gutierrez, BMF, Larry Anderson, Mario Cruz, Jelle, Buzz Sayin, Richard Cruz, Dennis R. Huggins Jr., Adam Sondi, Hero Acer, Jace Bellerin, Reiko Star, Matt Fox, and Neo Arashi. If you would be interested in supporting the channel, check the links down in the description below. I have various ways for you to do so down there. And I hope the following games have brightened your day. I'm definitely putting that on a bumper sticker.